Oh. Wake up, everybody, and welcome back to Social Discording, the one and only podcast about three dudes who are stuck at home, except this time we have a special guest. Oh, I forgot to change his name in the overlay. It's Trevor Spicy Fries. Welcome to the show.
God, it's another guy stuck at home trying to podcast with.
Who would have thought there's another guy stuck at home? And then, of course, DJ Zext on the yellow.
We're trapped.
We're trapped. He's in the possessed body of a Lego Admiral Akbar. And I'm Ben
Also,
Erson.
we're trapped because we're home.
And we're home. I'm Ben Erson, host of the podcast. We are going to be bringing you some fun topics of what we've been dealing with this past week. And I'm going to start with Mr. the new Spicy Fries, the new and disproved. That's what we're calling him, the new and disproved Spicy Fries.
But after this podcast, he can prove himself worthy.
It's true. He can
Prove myself, you yucks.
overclaim the title of Spicy Fries if we vote him in. What's been happening with you this week, Mr. Spicy Fries?
Oh yeah,
He's gonna be so upset. He's gonna be so upset when he watches this.
Oh, the actual Spicy Fries.
Yeah,
He's been fired. He's been replaced.
No, he's visiting family.
Anyways, how are you today, Mr. Dinglesmith?
I'm Jay chillin'. I am constantly reminded that I really took staying inside for granted before the coronavirus plague. Now that I'm forced to, I'm like, Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I think
had
that
the option to go out, I enjoyed staying in. But now that I am in, I yearn for going out.
can't stand it. For me, and I feel like this is for you. This is probably slightly similar, but for me, obviously still working at our place of employment, just due to the nature of the work.
That's true. Very grateful. Very grateful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Obviously, it's incredibly fortunate to be in the industries that we are in. But for me, that aspect of being forced to stay at home, I'm not gonna lie, it really hasn't changed much with my life because I don't go out that often.
But I will say though,
like my outings has been, the usual stuff of going to the store, picking up food, and and we're going out for walks way more often than we normally did. The only thing I mean, obviously I miss the gym. That's it. That's the bottom line. Go ahead.
I will say though that like after this is over, I will have a deeper appreciation for like going out with the boys and stuff. Like I know obviously Bander lives further away from the rest of us, so it's not as common that he's out with us. But I feel like if we all still lived in the same city,
Dylan, please call me Spicy Fries.
Sorry, Mr.
Truly.
Spicy Fries.
We're all Spicy Fries today.
I'm taking it.
But I just feel like if we were all living closer together, that we would all be more like itching to go out. But I'm just gonna appreciate it a little bit more. Also, there's this weird dynamic, and I don't even know if we want to talk about it, but I guess it's not even a dynamic. There's this weird thing where I feel like people that are on unemployment are making more than me right now. Like for example, there's some people that I know have disclosed their benefits to me by not having a job, and they're making significantly more than me.
What is it, like 600 something per week?
So they get a percentage. No, they get a percentage. I think it's like 60% of their initial pay, or their previous pay in the past 2 quarters. They somehow calculate it. And there's a cap to it, and then they also had an additional 600 on top of that. So, there's some people that I know that are making $1,600 every week.
Now, the 60%, that's normal unemployment, right?
Correct. And then there's don't quote me on the 60%, but they're getting a bonus $600 on top. So it's this weird thing where it's like people.
Sorry.
I'm sure. What?
Is that a provision for COVID relief?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha.
But there's been a bunch of memes going around where it's like you're essential worker and there's like no money in the guy's hand, and then it's like your stay at home like unemployment benefits, and then a guy holding like a stack of cash. I don't know. It's interesting.
Fucking rich.
There's a lot of back and forth about whether or not that's like okay or not. I mean, I'm probably receiving less than them, if that's what you're saying. I don't think, if everything's going smoothly, which it's not in terms of people getting unemployment, and we know for a fact it's not, then people getting a little bit more money to have something to spend into the economy and actually do stuff with isn't the worst thing in the world. I'm not someone who's going to be like, why are they getting more than me, blah blah blah, and they're not even more. I don't care, whatever. They're dealing with a bunch of shit, and they could use some money to actually save up for when we're on non-lockdown unemployment and things are just in a shitty situation because economic reasons. So yeah, I think if everything was going smoothly as far as these stimulus checks and getting unemployment properly distributed out to everyone, I don't think it would, it's not a huge deal to me.
One thing yeah, we did actually forget our tradition on this podcast.
My coffee cup. Have my Thor mug today. Feeling very Thor-like.
You have a Thor mug. Let me take a sip really quick of mine, and I'll tell you what I'm sipping on. I'm sipping out of my Starbucks cup from the first Starbucks store in Seattle, Washington, on 1912 Pike Place.
Pike Place mug.
History.
I think you've done this mug before, and I told the story of how I went to Seattle. I believe it was with Trevor and some other friends, and I got a mug from Pike. Probably this very similar looking mug to what you're sipping out of. Which, why don't you send me a picture of the mug and I can put it in the video. Whenever you have a chance.
Sure.
And brought it home with me, buying Pike Place mug, which is a normal mug, and Mr. Trevor decided to drop it out of pure rage. He was very upset with me over a bad run through of a level in Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. He was very upset. He threw it, broke it, shattered it, and so he decided to order me a new one and write a very thoughtful and thorough message on it, something having to do with the monkey, which is why I think a reference to his dropping of it in Donkey Kong. I actually don't know.
Very nice.
I actually don't know where that mug is because I don't use it anymore because I'm afraid of getting ink in my mouth due to the ink that he wrote on the mug.
Nice.
Oh, he wrote directly on the mug.
Yeah, on the side of it, not in the mug.
Well, yeah. If anything, is a good memory.
Yeah, totally. It's not a big deal. Oh God, my phone is coming off. I didn't properly silence it.
I sent you guys a picture of my mug.
Oh yeah, maybe I can just throw it up here on the webcam.
How was your trip to Seattle?
Oh, this is slightly different. I think this is the classic logo, whereas mine had the current logo.
Not my question, but okay.
Well,
he was referring to my picture. Have you guys seen the meme of the girl of what is she actually doing?
Yeah, she's like a mermaid.
Two-tailed mermaid. Yeah. And she's pulling her tails up behind her head.
Yeah, bro.
And she just got those big old tiggies.
Yeah. Mermaids they pull up their legs like that, and then they start to roll in kind of like a ring. That's how they gain speed, because they can't walk on land. So they get into a ring. It's like that.
It's like a jump. They slam their tails on the ground.
She's doing a barrel roll, just like in the Donkey Kong game that you fucking broke Joe's mug on.
True.
Barrel roll in the Donkey. Let's not get into it. I was thinking, that episode of Pokemon where Ash is fighting Gary, and Ash tells his Bulbasaur, the Johto League finals. Ash tells Bulbasaur, use your Vine Whip to jump. And Bulbasaur slams his Vine Whip onto the ground and jumps 50 feet in the air. And Gary's like, what the fuck? And so then later in the episode, Gary's using his Blastoise. So they're like, I've got a brilliant idea, guys. True story. He's like, Blastoise, slam your tail into the ground and use that to jump. And it's like, he jumps 50 feet in the air too.
Wow,
none
look,
of it,
everyone learned from each other.
none of it makes any sense. It's so like asinine.
Oh yeah, bro.
Damn, these barrel rolls. What
Classic.
else are we rolling into?
We are rolling.
Um,
Speaking of rolling into, I wanted to talk about the hottest and latest trends that sweep in the TikTok community, and I think is a great trend to jump into right now. Do you guys want to know what this a hot geoeconomic take right here? Ready for it?
Give me your TikTok.
We're talking about the latest and greatest trend known as rollerblading. I don't know if you've ever heard of this thing before, but rollerblading, it's a new technology and it's the next big thing.
me.
And I would like to announce to everyone that Team Needabone is starting our roller derby team.
Competition.
Oh, wow.
It'll be an official event in the next year's Needabone Games. Practice now, get ready. Could you imagine? Could you
God, we're just rollerblading, just tackling one another
in the snow? Like what if it was rollerblades and everyone had balloons and like little thumbtacks and you had to like pop each other's balloons?
Bro, no, someone's
That'd
gonna
be pretty
fall
fun,
on a
actually.
Someone's gonna fall on a thumbtack and get punctured like into their skin.
Yeah, but it's the thumbtack. Well, maybe we won't use thumbtacks. Maybe we'll use like a pen, like a pokey
It's
pen.
a thumb cap.
All right, so what about this hot topic, Joseph? Tell me.
No, I want to play this rollerblade. No, so yeah, no, TikTok.
You want to play out this scenario?
I've noticed because Haley's on TikTok and she likes watching TikToks, and since she's been showing me a lot of rollerblading ones, and she's actually been trying to get a pair of roller skates, but they're completely sold out right now, like all of them, all of like the main brands right now. And I've noticed that this trend has been slowly growing in popularity. Like it started from like you can actually see where it started from, like the original video that people really latched onto.
It's the girl that does it backwards and dances. I've seen her before.
Yeah, 100%. It's I was showing Trevor the
yeah, I've seen her
thing,
before.
right?
She just rollerblades backwards and does like a little TikTok dance. She's
Yeah,
super cool.
her name is
Anna Kodo.
Anna Kodo. Yeah.
Damn, y'all on that. You guys are all on that TikTok game, aren't you?
Yeah, she did like a Jenny from the Block kind of thing.
Follow Laker Boost on TikTok.
And so it's exploding. A lot of people on TikTok are doing different versions of it. People are doing funny ones where it's like they're like flubs, like where they're falling over. And then there's reverse flubs where they look like they're falling over, and then they pick up back up, and they're like, "Hey, look at me! I can actually rollerblade."
I'm competent.
Anyways, I think it's gonna be massive, especially once social discording will never end. Social distancing, once social distancing ends, I think that people are going to be going to rollerblading rinks and really latching onto this new like 80s trends that comes back. What do you guys think?
Long live social discording.
Long live social discording.
I know, right? No, I think it's a flash in the pan.
You think it's a flash in the pan? You don't think it's going to go anywhere?
Nah.
I think it's just a big fashion point that's just gonna take off, especially with summer.
I mean, there is still roller rinks that do exist.
Are they open?
I don't know if you guys. No, not currently. But there is roller rinks that exist. And if you guys remember, I don't know if you guys do, Mount Tasia, back obviously in our hometown, used to have a roller rink where the laser tag used to be. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was the spot back in the day.
Oh yeah, we hung out there so many times. All two of them.
I used to go to the roller rink all the time because I would practice rollerblading because I was trying to get into street hockey because my dad played street hockey. So I would go to the roller rink and just practice on my movement when I was a young kid.
Okay.
I never got into it, to be honest, as a sport or anything.
I just feel like right now, with where we're at, people wanting to do fun things outside that they can do outside, and rollerblading is an easy one. And because of that TikTok clout is skyrocketing right now. In fact, I have trend data to show for you guys. I've
trend data.
Using the ultimate facet of analytical data. I've used Google Trends roller skates. And since mid-March, roller skating has picked up. Now, Dylan, what does the y-axis numbers, is that in millions?
It would usually give us a unit, but I believe these are in the thousands. They should be in the thousands. This is interesting though. It's not giving us an exact unit.
Yeah, I don't know why it isn't. Usually you're supposed to have.
I'm assuming these are thousands per day.
Oh, hang on. So number represents each search interest relative to the highest point on the chart for the given region time. A value of 100 is the peak popularity for the term. A value of 50 means that the term is half as popular. A score of 0 means that there was not enough data for this term. So hang on. So numbers represent interest relative to the highest point on the chart for the given region and time. Oh, no,
so these aren't actual search analytics. These are more so just relative to like interest.
Yeah, no, this isn't actually a great chart to be utilizing.
But we're still seeing trends. That's I mean, there's a definite spike.
Yeah. Is there? Would you be like while I keep things running over here? Would you be able to find a maybe a report that shows actual data trends?
Sure.
It's definitely growing. There's the trendier rollerblading shops online have all sold out, and obviously that's the only way you can really get them right now. And they're not going to be able to restock till later in the fall. And I think it's going to be picking up. And I think that if you're someone who's savvy on the trends, I think now is the time to get on so that you can really take advantage of that. I would not be shocked to see in 5 or 6 months some massive TikToker that's blown up because of their rollerblading like TikToks.
This also means that we're going to get some awesome fail compilations very, very soon as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. And dude, what if the new Tony Hawk game has a roller skating mode?
No, a betrayal. A betrayal of everything in his Tony Hawk.
I doubt that would happen. I doubt it would happen.
Why not? You don't think that they would reveal?
It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater, not skating, not rollerblading.
Well, hang on.
But Tony Hawk is all about.
Had other play modes before, I believe.
I'm not 100%. I don't know. But I would assume that's totally something that could have been there. And Tony Hawk's all about like the whole shebang: biking, BMX, rollerblading, scootering. That funky twist board that I never was able to understand, even though I was never able to understand regular skateboarding. It's all there. He loves it all.
I missed that one.
It was called the ripstick. It's like that board that has like it's like.
I used to have a ripstick. Those things are so legit. I love it.
So this is the real thing.
That's what I'm.
Ripstick sounds like a fake product made from.
But yeah,
so ripsticks for like a 2-wheeled skateboard, and each wheel was on like a
look like an oar paddle.
Sure,
like a rowing
paddle. Each wheel was on like its own like swivel, and then where the board connected in the center was on like a twist mechanic. So you had to like snake your way to create momentum and speed. It was really awesome.
It was like a specialty board that's like really good for grinding, right?
No grinding. If you grind, you eat shit.
But isn't that what that middle part is for? That spinning that little bit?
No, the middle part is so that you have the rotation to do the snake momentum. If you grinded on it, you would die. Trust me, you would die. Or you're just super elite. But the centerpiece is so that you can have that twist, so you can get the snake flow to it.
Interesting. Were you able to find any of the data?
I'm learning so much today.
No, I'm not able to find any free Google Trend data that you don't have to pay for. That gives us numbers at the very least. But regardless, we are seeing an uptrend in, obviously, like your personal situation. You were able to see that they're pretty much at a sale. So we do see the popularity and we do see the trends.
I would say now is the time to invest money into rollerblading. I don't know how you do it.
How do you even do that effectively?
Start your own rollerblading business. This is the time.
Banner blades.
Reserve yours today with the Need a Bone logo on the blades themselves.
Use discount code Laker for 20% off on the store.
So I'm watching people
Yeah.
grind on a ripstick.
Bro, I'm telling you, okay, if they did, they're extremely, extremely gifted. Dude, the thing with the ripsticks,
Are
honestly,
you saying
is
that? Are you saying that from personal experience of you not being able to do it?
no. I'm telling you, the ripstick wheels, like themselves, are like picture like the bottom of like. Do you remember like the old?
I've seen a ripstick before,
Well,
and I've ridden on one. I've tried it out.
right. But, like the wheels themselves are mounted onto like a circular, spinning, rotating, like I can't explain. Like, do you guys remember like the TV stands that you used to have at like elementary school? And on the bottom of them, there's like the wheels that were able to like freely move depending on the direction that you pushed it.
Yes.
Don't remember that.
Okay, so there are those, but they're at a weird angle so that they don't just freely move around. They're kind of at like a weird angle where it's made to be when you're going straight, they're in like a fixed position almost. So if you grinded and the wheels were somehow rotating while you were grinding and then landed in the wrong position, you're eating crap no matter what.
Shit.
Well, in the video that I saw, it was very very short grinds, but there was plenty of them.
Interesting. Yeah, ripsticks were more for me. It was like cruising and like it was almost like a drift feeling where like you can kind of kick the back of it out and just kind of like cruise and like snake your way around. It's cool. I enjoyed mine.
They're very interesting things. Well, if that's all we have to say about the rollerblades, we can talk about another retro topic. Because as children of the 90s, we are experts in classic junk food 90s movies that are just the best, but also the best. And I'm, of course, talking about Space Jam. Now, Dylan here has a... What?
Did you mention it's the best?
It's the best. But also, obviously, it's the best.
The best.
Did you think I was going to say the worst? No, motherfucker, it's the best. Dylan's got some Space Jam news. Space Jam news for us. Show the graphic. Trevor, show the graphic.
All right, guys. So we've had some extremely interesting Space Jam news come out. Obviously, the movie itself has been recorded, starring LeBron James. He's already done his part, and cool enough, this is going to be featuring the same animation art as the original movie. It's all going to be hand drawn, so it's not going to be, it's not going to look any different than the original. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit clearer. The videography is going to be a little bit better, starring LeBron James, Don Cheadle, and Sierra Wright, starring as Bronny James, which is LeBron James' son. There's also a bunch of different.
Is that a real?
Bronny?
Is that his actual son's name?
Well, no, that's his nickname. His son's name is LeBron James Jr., but they call him Bronny.
Right.
Also featuring a bunch of different NBA players, including Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, Chris Paul, Kyle Kuzma, as well as WNBA players Dana Taurasi and many others. And I found an awesome leaked video that I want to show you guys and get your pure reactions on. Now, this
Trevor, are you ready to watch the video? Because I'm gonna switch over here now. Warning to the people watching the video: I have a graphic overlay for us watching the video. It's from our Xbox reaction videos, which you can watch now on youtube.com/BrandRSN. But it's an Xbox thing because I didn't have time to make a social discording version. So here's that one.
So we are going to be watching a 55-second clip on the Space Jam footage that was leaked. This footage looks like it was inside of a sound studio. And I think really we should just watch it, and I want to hear your personal reaction. I do have some additional information on this clip as well, so I think we should just go ahead and dive right in.
Okay. Without further ado. All right, I'm pressing play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh damn! These fuckers dancing.
Oh my god. I was not expecting that character to show up.
Just keep watching.
This got to be documentary filming. What the fuck?
I don't recognize any of these people.
Is that Michael B. Jordan?
Just keep watching.
Is that Jared Leto?
Okay.
Wait. Well,
Yes.
okay, I want to need an explanation.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Let me bring it back.
Exactly. Exactly. So we just watched a clip that was leaked, and we saw a bunch of different characters, including Pennywise, the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh, I didn't see Pennywise. Was Pennywise
was in there.
Interesting.
We also saw
the
Michael
Mask
B. Jordan.
and the Wicked
saw
Witch.
The
Wait,
Mask.
was that Michael B. Jordan?
There was Michael B. Jordan,
Oh, interesting.
and if you guys saw, there was also Voldemort in there.
Was there really? Oh God! What in the world?
Oh yeah, Ray Fiennes. I did kind of see the. Was he in character, or was it was just Ray Fiennes?
He was just Ray Fiennes. But,
oh shit!
That's a great find.
But
we're getting some. I'm getting some Avengers level feeling here.
But so this came out.
God, shut up.
We got no more players. We need the squad. It's Voldemort, the Mask, Pennywise, and the Wicked Witch of the West.
So if you guys scroll to the very, very end.
All right, let me get back to the video player.
If you scroll to about the last second, it says it shows the Looney Tunes circle. It looks like that's all folks. It just says THA and it cuts off.
And let me let me get to this. That's
so it looks like that, but it looks like that's all. It looks like that's all folks screen. So, with all this crazy stuff being said, I've done some speculation over on my Laker page about this plenty of times already, and what we have determined is this is either a end credit scene or this is going to be a promotional piece for the movie. Now, obviously, all these characters are Warner Brothers owned, so it wouldn't be surprising if we happen to see some of these in the actual movie or make some kind of, maybe Pennywise is at the basketball game with balloons, giving them out to the Looney Tunes. Maybe there's someone involved in the movie.
Wait, so what's this? What is this ending? That's all, folks. Peace. You're speculating that it's an end credits.
I'm speculating that this is either going to be a end credits scene, or this is going to like the end of the movie credit scene, or this is going to be a some kind of internal marketing piece, or even a commercial for the movie.
This to me felt like a bonus features that you would have on like a DVD, like of people like running around and it's like got the music, people are playing with the basketball, and like it cuts to different like interviews with people and stuff like that. Like this to me felt like that, like a behind the scenes kind of like extra you'd feature in a DVD.
But this is hilarious to me because this is like nothing we've ever expected.
When you said other Warner Brothers characters, I thought you were gonna throw out like Animaniacs or like is Scooby-Doo Warner Brothers? Yeah. No, they're
Warner Brothers.
No.
They are Hanna-Barbera, yeah.
But isn't that a property of Warner Brothers?
I do not know.
Because there is Scooby-Doo Warner Brothers stuff, unless if it's just licensed to them. But there is 100% Scooby-Doo stuff on Warner Brothers property. Like 100 million%.
Yeah.
Regardless, while you look this up.
Well, I have it here right now. I don't think that. I mean, it's definitely Hanna-Barbera. I don't think it's always Warner Brothers. Maybe it's currently under Warner Brothers. It's been Cartoon Network, and obviously Kids WB. I think it bounces around. I don't think it's always under Warner Brothers. But that's what I was thinking. I was expecting like Scooby-Doo to pop or Shaggy to pop up or something, but I was not expecting. Yeah. I wasn't expecting the Mask. That's nutty that they're going that direction with it.
Yeah, I don't understand the connective tissue between all of these like.
Oh my god, though! Just imagine if the Mask is in Space Jam, it would work because the Mask is known for like his crazy like in the movie. Jim Carrey like warps and turns into like his face like moves and expands and stretches, and it's like it's cartoony. So it would absolutely fit the movie style in the Looney Tune, maybe even Warner Brother world that we're going to be seeing in
Let's talk about the lore of Space Jam though, because that's the most important part here. How does this affect what we currently know from the canon of Space Jam? We know that there's aliens in this world because they're from Moron Mountain. That's a separate world, and that they have a Looney Tunes land that exists parallel or underneath the Earth, from what we've seen, and it can be accessed through golf course holes. Because Daffy Duck literally references that it is the Looney Tune land that they are in. So, therefore, I believe that we're getting an implication for is a multi-level faceted different worlds here. So we're going to have the Mask world. We're going to have Pennywise's world. We're going to have Harry Potter world. And it's all going to be different worlds coming together. Now, here's the thing that I want to point out. What do all these characters that were revealed have in common?
They're real life characters?
Nope. Well, yes, but even more so.
They're Warner Brothers characters?
No. They're all villains. The Mask, the Witch, Pennywise, and Voldemort. Those are all villain characters. We've got ourselves the opposing team.
And Michael B. Jordan.
No.
Dun, dun, dun,
The ultimate villain, Michael B. Jordan.
Killmonger.
I don't know what Michael B. Jordan would be doing there. I assume he's just like, because you said Don Cheadle's going to be in there. I don't know who's going to be playing.
What's Cheadle going to be doing?
I don't know. I mean, they could be doing.
Probably. He's going to be like the classic. I forgot the gentleman who played it in the first movie. But like Michael Jordan's sidekick.
Oh, the comedic foil.
Correct.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle is going to be that comedic relief for LeBron.
His name
James.
is Stan Podolak. That's his name.
Correct. Yeah.
I said Mike Pollock for some reason.
Don Cheadle is going to be that comic relief.
Sorry, I accidentally hit the wrong button, so we got cut out. Go ahead.
So I think Don Cheadle is going to be that comedic relief for LeBron James. He's going to be like that sidekick piece.
Kind of bounce off him. And LeBron James is a great actor, so it's not like it's like this would be a great combo.
Oh, 100%.
Like it's not like Don Cheadle has to carry LeBron in terms of acting.
Right. But I think this is going to be such a great movie. I am thoroughly excited for this, and
it seems like they're putting a lot more effort into it than one might think. I would have like if I were to have imagined this movie, I would have imagined them kind of like just kind of doing it and not really like really thinking about what they can do with it. But I guess they're actually going all out with it, which is interesting.
Yeah, the budget is $162 million.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not like crazy amounts, but that's definitely enough to make a decent movie.
I mean, well, if you're also considering half the movie is going to be animated, I mean, you're not having to deal with much effects other than drawing effects. So,
I mean, animation gets up there in price, but I think with the way that they're going to be doing the animation,
2D animation is not very expensive.
It can be. It depends on how you do it. But I think with the way that they're doing it here, I think it'll be pretty reasonably in budget. And I doubt this movie is going to be like a 2-hour like giant like crazy long movie. But yeah, no, I feel like the price is very reasonable for what they're doing. I doubt they're going to get like massive actors, but I do want to ask 2 questions. Is the 2 most important questions. Will Michael Jordan be in this movie, and will Bill Murray be in this movie? Your thoughts. I want to here's obviously I'm going to point it towards the experts. Dylan, will Michael Jordan be in this movie?
Yes, he will. He will have a small cameo in this movie, and
he's got to be like the end of the game, like get hype. Like we need someone who's gonna come in and help us out in the last play of the game, and it's got to be Michael Jordan, right?
All right. You want to know? No.
What? Like they fucking
because
a lab a shot in the middle of a game?
Well, yeah, that's what Bill Murray did in the first one.
Yeah, Bill Murray came out like at halftime or something and helped him win it. But
last 5 minutes.
Last 5 minutes. But this is what I will say. I don't know if this is true. There is some speculation on this. If it is true, I would bawl my fucking eyes out if Kobe Bryant was in this movie. And
shit, dude. Raw, I didn't even think about that.
If Kobe Bryant comes out in this movie,
that's like
hypothetical. Hold on, let me say this. Please let me say this. If Kobe Bryant was to come out like Bill Murray in the last 5 minutes of this movie, We know that LeBron James and Kobe Bryant were extremely close. LeBron James got a tattoo for Kobe Bryant after his passing. If Kobe Bryant was to come out, I would fucking bawl my eyes out. And at the very least, there is going to be like some kind of
Tribute
to Kobe Bryant, no doubt, if it's in the slightest of context. This obviously was filmed before his death, so my only concern is if Kobe Bryant was not on board with this beforehand. Obviously, they did even offer, there was some speculation of Kobe Bryant doing a Space Jam movie, but he declined it a long time ago. He wanted to focus on basketball, and LeBron James wanted to do it. So if Kobe happened to have a cameo in this, I would lose my shit. Honestly.
The thing that I like, the thoughts rolling in my head is, one, the timing works perfectly, that he could have totally been in a cameo. It all just kind of depends on how it works, like whether or not they want to go with whatever was originally filmed. Because if it was just a cameo, that's not a ton of footage. Just kind of depends on what they've done. Like, imagine Leia from episode 9, where they had to piece together just tons of different footage that they've taken of her throughout the years and kind of put it together. And when you watch the movie, you can tell something's a little bit weird in terms of how they're presenting with her, but they did it just because like that's all they could do. If it was just a cameo, I doubt they have a ton of footage. But it all just depends on how they want to go about it. Obviously, they don't think that they were doing the James Earl Jones system of like, hey, James Earl Jones, could you record like 1,000 different lines as Darth Vader just so we have it in case you're no longer able to record with us. I doubt they did that with Kobe.
Did that happen?
Yeah, report. I mean, obviously, it's all what?
Did that happen with James Earl Jones?
Yeah, it's speculation. We don't know if they actually how much they've actually done, but I believe that they've recorded quite a bit of just kind of random ideas of lines with these characters, just in case that they pass and they're no longer able to record that kind of stuff, just so they have it. Because especially with Darth Vader, you can do anything.
That must be a very strange thing to go through if you're that individual. You're like, these people are banking on me dying.
Yeah. No,
like they're literally hedging their bets right now. That's why like they're giving me money.
No. But I will say there is I mean, if you even look at like Fast and the Furious, after the one that they were filming while Paul Walker died, they did the last scene with his brother, and then they CG'd over his face, Paul Walker's face.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be a little weird if they did that with Kobe, because there is some Kobe lookalikes, but it wouldn't be authentic.
It wouldn't. Yeah. The problem with that is Yeah, it wouldn't be in good taste because Kobe's not an actor, and that's another thing. Sorry.
He may not be an actor, but he's a Oscar winner.
What did he win the Oscar for?
No, it wasn't a documentary. It was a
Dear Basketball short story.
Mm-hmm. Like with Kobe and this movie, if it was let's say if it was MJ. If it was MJ, I can understand using some form of more computer generated stuff to get him into this. Let's say this was a bigger deal than like real talk. Space Jam is not that important. But let's say that this was a bigger deal than what it is. Like, using Michael Jordan and that legacy of this movie and that kind of stuff would be a little bit more justified. But with Kobe, he's not associated with this at all. If he's in here, it's probably just a cameo appearance. But I'm sure people are looking at this being like, if we do have Kobe in this movie, it has to be a little bit more bigger than it was. And I'm personally a proponent of giving actors their last role in whatever form it was. That's why I was against a lot of people in Star Wars Episode 8 were saying like, oh, they should have killed Leia off in the middle of that movie when she got exploded. And for me, I always say like, no, Leia had much more to do in that movie, much more of a performance, and you have to give that actor their last performance the way that they presented it correctly, and you can't just like justify it by like, oh, she died in the middle of the movie. So I would say that like, whatever Kobe recorded, they should use.
I'm just saying, if they did record this beforehand, now that we've gone deep into this, I've just played this out of my head. The hypothetical that LeBron James plays the Monstars or some variation of the Monstars in there obviously is going to be a final basketball game. This is a basketball movie. So it's going to have a similar storyline as the first, but just obviously a little bit different. There is obviously going to be a final battle in the form of a basketball game that will take place. There's going to be players like Klay Thompson, Anthony Davis, Damian Lillard, Kyle Kuzma, Chris Paul.
Well, in the original movie, the basketball players didn't actually play.
Correct. The hypothetical that the Toon Squad comes out and plays, and both Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and LeBron James all take the floor at the same time, the three greatest of all time basketball players, the three GOATs. The argument has been there since many years ago. If all three of these players come together on the same court, this will go down as one of the greatest basketball movie, maybe even better than the first, and would be extremely emotional for basketball fans across the globe. It would be a massive movie and will do extremely well and be forever like one of the greatest of all time. Then again, I feel like that's going to be pretty hard considering their budget. I mean, for them to pay all these players to come to this movie, unless if they're obviously extremely willing to.
I don't think that the budget, like, I don't think paying for cameo appearances and this kind of thing, especially if it's, like, dude, come be in the fucking LeBron James Space Jam movie. Like, just come down, you'll shoot for like 5 minutes and that's it. Like, I don't think that, like, because it's about Looney Tunes and LeBron James. Like, that's the core of the movie. You're not going to be distracting from the core experience with the Looney Tunes. So if you're like saying like MJ, Kobe, LeBron, Bugs, and Lola, that's the core team. Like, that totally works in my head. But I don't think like I think the other basketball players are just cameos. Like, maybe they got their powers taken away, maybe they didn't. Maybe Voldemort sapped up their powers. I'm saying that's the villains team, and that's what we're going to be fighting. And that is just the most hypest shit in my entire head. Like, that would be so fucking crazy if that was like the villain squad. Because the Monstars. Because here's another thought. It's like, what's the canon of this movie? Is this a reboot? Is this a sequel? Like, did the events of Space Jam 1 happen? Like, what's going on? The Monstars are good guys now, because in the Space Jam canon, they turned to a good guys. And Swackhammer was sent off into space via rocket. Sent off into space.
Is that the boss's name?
Is the boss. He got sent back to Muarry Mountain. Is he coming back for revenge, or are other worlds coming in and challenging the Looney Tunes for their global marketing supremacy with the game of basketball? Is Voldemort going to be doing...
But you said global reach.
Harry Potter comes in on his broomstick,
quidditching it. Dude,
okay, so I just looked up a article regarding Kobe Bryant in Space Jam 2. And in 2017, Kobe Bryant said that he has no interest in being in Space Jam. And it appears that Kobe Bryant is not in the movie. Now, if he was, it would be a extremely iconic moment, but it seems like at the moment in time, Kobe Bryant's direct quote says, "I've got no honest man. Being in front of the camera was never something that excited me. I'd prefer to direct it."
So here's the thing, this is coming from like Marvel press releases about are you going to be in this movie, blah 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 blah. That kind of stuff can always be under NDA, like, hey, you can't talk about being in this movie. If someone asks you, you say you are not in this movie, because whatever moment it's going to be. Obviously, when they were making and getting this movie together, there was no plans of we need to have this cool moment with Kobe because of obvious reasons. So I doubt that it's going to be something that grandiose. I would assume it's probably just a cameo, if anything.
Right.
And I assume like I feel like the big moment is going to be Michael and LeBron, if that, because you also got to think of like, this is LeBron's movie, and I don't necessarily know if LeBron wants to make his Space Jam about other people and not just LeBron and the Looney Tunes. Like, because with Michael's movie, the final moment was Michael scoring the basket, and that was him doing it. So you gotta figure out, like, play with, like, expectations here. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, timeline wise, considering Kobe's career and everything that he's been doing, it would make sense if he was in it. It obviously would be, this movie. He declined it before while he was playing because he didn't want to not take time off, but basketball is his priority. And he didn't want it to affect his game. LeBron James did this over the summer, and did it while working out. When Michael Jordan did this, they built Michael Jordan a court on Warner Brothers property, that they were talking about on The Last Dance just a few weeks ago. And so,
Last Dance, the game show?
No, the
Trevor,
documentary that everyone is talking about right now.
No.
Have you been hiding under a...
The biggest documentary, like...
Yeah, on Netflix. And Michael, yes.
It's not on Netflix.
He took personal offense, whatever.
Trevor's got a VPN for European Netflix.
That's true.
Get caught up, Dylan.
VPN Express is sponsored this podcast.
Today's sponsor brought to you by forhims.com. Dylan, tell us about your erectile... No. Well, we got to wrap up a little bit, so let's get our final thoughts in.
I'm extremely looking forward to this. I'm not going to keep my expectations too high.
I'm sorry, you showed me this leaked video, and now I'm just like, well, the possibilities, Dylan. My expectations are way higher now.
Hold on. Let me finish. I am extremely excited for this movie. I'm trying to keep my expectations low because I don't want to be disappointed when I go to see it. I'm not going to try to tell myself that Kobe will be in it. But from what we've seen, and I'm sure from what I just showed you guys, it's very cool and it looks very promising and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, Space Jam 1 is probably going to be my favorite because the original is always the best. But I am very proud that LeBron James is doing this wearing the purple and gold because I'm a diehard Laker fan and I cannot wait to see this come out.
I think that based on what they've shown, they're doing a lot more they're putting a lot more into this movie than I would have originally suspected. I would have just expected a straight up reboot. Just nothing in the last movie really mattered except for maybe a Michael Jordan cameo. But obviously they seem to be taking this a lot more seriously than one would have expected with all these different cameos and characters putting into it. My expectations are a lot higher now for what this could be. I mean, obviously it takes a trailer for me to really understand like what I'm going to be seeing. If there is that cameo, I think it's going to be a little bit smaller because I don't think from what they've probably recorded, it's probably not as much. I think the Michael Jordan cameo is probably going to be a little bit more of the central piece. We didn't comment on whether Bill Murray is going to be in this movie. I think he will be. I think Bill Murray will make an appearance. Maybe he'll be the sportscaster.
What does Bill Murray do now? Does he play basketball?
Dude, Bill Murray's just like he just does his thing.
And the Sandler plays basketball now.
He's going to be in he's going to be in the new Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Bill Murray is just Bill Murray. Wasn't that movie
put on hold? Goodness.
I mean, it's delayed via COVID.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm referring to. But I mean, a trailer had already come out for the Ghostbusters movie I'm thinking of. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. It was supposed to come out this year, and it got delayed via COVID. Just like every other movie. So yeah, that's it.
Anyway,
that's our show.
I watched Ghostbusters all the way through. Any one of the Ghostbuster movies.
Bro. This is another topic for another
a topic for another day. Yeah,
you're sleeping on Ghostbusters. I'll tell you that much.
That's our show for today. let me end this. I've been Bander Ascend. We've had a special guest, Mr. Trevor, aka Trevor Spicy Fries.
Very out of touch with today's popular culture, everyone. Goodbye.
As always, in the yellow, DJ Zach's bar.
Trap and time to fly like an eagle.
He's very excited for Space Jam and the possibilities. This has been Social Discording, and we'll see you next week for another exciting episode. What will we talk about then? Who knows?
Come on in, and welcome to the Slam.